The We Are Wakefield podcast is brought to you in partnership with Podmatic. Welcome to the We Are Wakefield podcast, and it's a Wakefield Expo special in anticipation of the 2026 Wakefield Expo, which is taking place on the 10th of March at WX in Wakefield City Centre. And I'm joined today by some of our amazing sponsors and supporters. So I'll give everybody a little introduction. So we have Jenny Mewitt-Bone, who is Regional Sales Manager from Elise, and John Handley, who is Account Manager for, I'm looking at my notes now so I get this right, so for clothing and merchandise.
That's correct, yeah.
And Richard Tamlin of Bluestone, Sales Director for Bluestone. So Bluestone are our platinum sponsors for the Expo this year. So thank you so much for supporting the event. Elise have come on as gold sponsors, along with Huddersfield Business School. Unfortunately, Huddersfield Business School couldn't make it today, but definitely want to give them a shout out and a thank you for supporting us. And AB Print for the second year have come on as print partners for the Expo.
Indeed, yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. So we've moved from a great venue last year. We were at the Education Exchange in Nottingley, which was a fantastic facility, but we instantly outgrew it. So we had 63 exhibitors. We had 400 not people sort of come through the doors and attend. And the only negative feedback we got was that it was a little bit tight for space, wasn't it, John?
Comfortable.
It was comfortable,
Cozy.
snug,
Probably
cozy. Yeah. So the amazing facility at WX has opened in the meantime. So we're moving the event to Wakefield City Centre, which is really exciting. We have space for up to 100 exhibitors. And Elise and Bluestone are exhibiting for the first time as well.
Yeah.
So I'll come to you first, Jenny, and just tell us a little bit about you, your role, and Elise as an organisation, as a business. What do Elise do?
Okay, so Elise is a commercial laundry. The site, we have a site based in Wakefield, which is our ICS plant, which is industrial and commercial services. We look after just over 2,000 sites out of that plant. A varied range of customers, from anything from a Tesco supermarket for hygiene services to food manufacturing companies where we launder their garments through our high care system. And I'm one of the regional sales managers for Elise. So I cover 3 of our commercial plants within the business, and I look after a field-based team of regional sales consultants throughout Yorkshire and a bit of an expanded area, really. But yeah.
And Elise are a global company, aren't they? French company, is it?
Yeah, so we're French owned globally. We employ about 55,000 people. We've got a really high presence in Europe, but we also have facilities within Brazil and Southeast Asia as well. So the UK arm of our business is a little bit smaller. It was an acquisition business in 2018, but we are growing year on year. In the last 4 years, we've seen excellent growth, nearly into the double figures, percentage wise. So yeah, it's really, really exciting for us.
Yeah, I've seen an increased presence of Elise just out on the roads with the lorries and the vans. And I mean, if you go into any airport in Europe, you will be drying your hands under an Elise product, won't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
So in this country, then throughout the UK, who are your main clients and what do you do for them?
So in terms of like our national accounts, Tesco's is probably the biggest household name that you would know, and we look after their hygiene services. So any washroom that you walk into in a Tesco supermarket would have an Elise product in there. And then we've just won the contract for the Halfords. Last year. So we're servicing all of the Halfords shops in the same guise, again, from the hygiene side of things. As I said earlier, I worked in our ICS division, but we also have a hospitality division in the UK. So we look after lots of hotels, big chain hotels. We've also got some responsibilities for football clubs as well. We do have a Premier League football club that we won last year, which was really exciting. So we actually do launder the kit for them.
Right. Are we allowed to say which one?
We're not.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not.
We'll
I know.
we'll
I can
get to
only
that
tell
then,
you
won't
Premier
we?
League. Yeah, that's all I
Okay.
can tell you. Yeah, sorry. So that was a really exciting one for us, and for obviously for the sales teams. Then it's like, right now we've got something where we can demonstrate that we're able to be agile enough to look after a club at that level, and operate within that. You know, because it's very different. It's very different to anything else we do in terms of getting things ready for match day and dealing. Obviously, there's lots of corporate and hospitality within stadiums, which is really what we're really good at from the hospitality side of things. Industrial and commercially, engineering and manufacturing has seen some real struggles in the UK in the recent years. So for us, it's been about adapting how we can help them to make cost savings within their businesses, work with them to ensure that we're not that we can still provide the right type of garments that fit for purpose, that keeps their people safe, but be able to recycle and reuse product as well within that for them.
Yeah, so you're also supporting them from a sustainability angle as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So sustainability is really high on our agenda. Fortunately, being a European-owned business, they're huge, streets ahead of us here in the UK and Europe. We've been able to, piggyback off the back of that. We're actually EcoVadis Gold status for this year. So we're in like the top 5% of businesses that are accredited to that level. But what that means for us, when you think about the type of business we are as a laundry, the amount of water and energy that we use, the things that we're able to do within our plants to make that more efficient and to achieve that status is pretty good, really.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
A lot of companies, isn't
It is, yeah.
It's
a huge benefit for us. Yeah.
Okay, I'll come to Richard. So I'll come back to you, Jenny, and we'll talk a little bit more about your involvement with the expo.
Yes, thank you.
I'll come on to you, Richard, now. So
Hi.
Bluestone,
Yes.
based in Wakefield. Tell me about the history of the business, how Bluestone came about, what you do, why you do it.
So it's a big year for us at Bluestone. We are 30 years, celebrating our 30-year anniversary this year. 20 of those have been in Wakefield, so this has been our home. We're a commercial finance brokerage, so we cover the whole of the UK, helping businesses access funds, invest smarter, manage cash flow, invest in property. We work with individuals right up to multinational corporations. And because we cover the whole of the UK, we've always been sort of quite outward looking from Wakefield, but we have our head office is based here at Calder Park. And consciously over the last year or so, we've wanted to try and get engaged more in the local business community. We've done quite a lot with charities in the area. We've supported the hospice for a number of years, but I think we're just conscious that as a player within Wakefield, we've seen some of the great work we at Wakefield are doing and wanted to get more involved, which we've done through our membership.
Absolutely.
And the Expo this year gives us a great opportunity to celebrate the 30th anniversary and connect with a few more businesses in the area. But there's only around 40 of us, so we're much smaller in a global scale, but we probably punch above our weight. We work with firms like DWF Law, GlaxoSmithKline, right down to sole traders and private individuals. So particularly on the property side, we might be going out and working with a business on a cash flow loan for them. We'll talk to the director and found out they've got private property portfolio and they do a buy-to-let mortgage. We might facilitate some of that for them. So we can work on lots of different levels with businesses, and our finance agreements range from anything from sort of over £1,000 right up to 15-20 million pounds. So there's quite a lot. We wrote over 115 million of finance last year, so a significant amount. And we work across all sectors. So we have two channels. We either get introduced, so we work with a lot of laundry businesses who'll introduce commercial laundry equipment to us. A lot of things like that can be a big capital outlay for a business. But actually, if they spread that cost with finance, they see the return on investment. We also help businesses make investments. So, when you think about people like GSK, they're not short of money. It's not a case if they can't afford it, so they need to finance it. A lot of our solutions are very tax efficient. So we're helping businesses invest more effectively, unlock tax benefits and ensure that they're making investments in the best way to get the highest return on investment for them. So yeah, that's kind of what we do. We've got around 20 guys around the country who all advise businesses on the most effective way to manage their cash flow and their finance. And that can be from anything from buying mobile phones up to getting revolving credit facilities in place for them.
Yeah. I mean, it's a challenging time, isn't it, for a lot of businesses at the moment. How are you finding that you're supporting businesses in what you do?
Yeah, I mean, it's been fun since COVID because
Yeah.
obviously, I mean, at a time for COVID, the government gave away lots of free money to businesses, which is never helpful for a business who's trying to organise finance for them. We've obviously had quite a lot of challenges with inflation and the cost of money has been quite expensive. But really then it's just about trying to work with businesses about how they manage that cash flow. Most businesses, with the increase of national insurance last year, general cost of living, business confidence, it's been a pretty challenging period for most businesses. So our aim is to try and work with them to ease some of those challenges and make sure that they've got access to cash when they need it, just to alleviate pressures, because sometimes a business can be having a phenomenal time and going through incredible growth, but actually experience real cash flow pressures within that. So it's helping them navigate some of those and get them access to cash just to get them through those periods. Other times it's about helping them make those investments as effectively as possible. So a lot of what we do is fit out finance. So we're in a beautiful room today. If you look around at the sofas, the walls, the panels, the lighting, all of that are things that we can finance, but actually it's unlikely you'll get a return on investment from those kind of things. So you're looking at a big capital outlay. If you spread the cost of that, you can potentially unlock tax savings with using a lease agreement. Things like partition walls, there's no capital allowances available for them, but if you build them into a lease, you can offset the savings. So there's lots of efficiencies that most businesses aren't aware of, and the job of our guys is to try and educate them how they can maximise some of those. We're not tax advisors or accountants, but we can provide advice on those and give someone a model of how we believe it will work to go and run by their accountant. And 99% of the time, the accountants agree with us.
I think that's where your speciality comes in, doesn't it? It's advice these days.
Absolutely.
Helping steer people in the right direction.
And we are very much...
Save money.
There's a lot of brokers in the marketplace who are very transactional focused. They just want to get the deal done. We're very much about a long-term relationship with businesses. And the businesses we work with generally come back to us and work with us over a period of time. So our biggest clients we've been working with for years and years on their strategy. And some of those can be renewals each year. Others are just as and when their new projects and investments come along, they turn to us for the best way to manage it.
So it's sometimes the less obvious things, isn't it? I mean, people understand that you can borrow money for property, for things, assets. But they don't realise the support that you can give behind the scenes as well from a cash flow perspective.
Absolutely. And it's odd because we talk to a lot of it, particularly in Yorkshire, because Yorkshire people can be careful with their money.
Oh yeah, we're famous for it.
So I don't do finance, but you look around their office, you think their photocopier is probably on a finance agreement. A lot of telecom systems, vehicles, we regularly lease or HP on vehicles. So a lot of people are using it without even realising, because that's just the way the world's gone in purchasing those models. But you can apply that to numerous things within the business. And as we all know, you cannot run a business without investing, whether it's in technology, in software, in people, in recruitment. So all of those things are financial drains on a business. And we generally have solutions. We can't finance a recruitment strategy, but we can provide cash flow relief that helps fund a recruitment strategy. So we try and understand what a business is trying to achieve and what their long-term goals are, and then we look at how finance can help support them through that and just alleviate any pressure on them that they might experience through that period.
And I suppose unlocking cash from your assets as well, is that something that you support with?
Absolutely. Refinance is something we do with a lot of businesses, and again, it can be quite an effective way to release capital out of the business. And that's quite a common way for us to try and help businesses get access to cash.
I mean, two amazing businesses there that are really supporting their clients to grow and thrive in very different ways. It's really interesting to hear what's out there support wise for businesses and for your clients that have already unlocked that with yourselves. I'll come to you, John. So AB Print. Like I said, for the second year, are our print partners for the expo. And you were there last year for the inaugural Wakefield Expo.
Was indeed, yeah.
Tell me, firstly, a little bit about AB Print. What do you do? How do you support your clients?
So AB Print, essentially still a family-owned business.
Yeah.
Been trading now for just over 50 years.
Wow.
So quite a history in the area. It has developed from traditionally a print-based business, starting out doing paper products, that kind of stuff, expanded that now through into a lot more specialist areas. I can give you an example. We are probably one of the largest suppliers of scratch cards in the country, which we do all the time. And that's developed and grown into different areas as the business has grown, as our client base, I guess, has changed. So the business now has moved from print. 8 years ago, I joined the business and brought with myself the merchandise and promotional and workwear clothing side of the business. And that has helped the business grow, again, in the fact that now what we tend to say now is we care for your brand. How can we do it? We have an in-house studio. We are able to offer you that continuity across brands, whether it be from a simple business card to an embroidered polo shirt or that kind of thing. And within the business, we've got different employees that specialise in different areas. So I say my key area is the clothing and the merchandise. And then we have people that are involved in packaging, signage, all sorts of different areas now that we work with. And
you can provide the merchandise, you can keep it clean.
Yeah.
We can help
You
money,
can finance
we can help
it.
money to pay for it. So,
Exactly.
what a fun, but
A massive collaboration
Yeah.
right here. That's what I like to hear.
And that's what we are Wakefield is about.
That's
isn't it?
exactly what we're about,
That's the
isn't
thing.
it? It's about
So-
connecting people to work together
Absolutely.
and support each other. Yeah.
So, and I think Alan, our MD, he's had this ethos over the years that you've spoken about reinvestment, continually reinvestment, continually doing things, trying to take processes that maybe a typical print supplier would do outside of their four walls and bring them in-house now. So
It's really impressive, isn't it, at AB Print, the premises, all the technology that you've got there, the machinery, that
absolutely.
you do everything in-house, and that sets you aside from a lot of local printers, doesn't it?
it does give us that advantage, and it's nice as well. We often find one of our key things is to try and invite clients to come and see us, so they can appreciate what we do.
Yeah.
It's hard to sort of do in a quick email or a quick conversation over the phone, but if you can bring people with into the business and show them what we can do, show them round, they're quite often surprised about what we actually do.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, I'm a bit of a geek, I've got to say, a bit of a manufacturing geek, a bit, something, anything to do with processes I love. And Elise is so impressive, how just watching how everything moves around that space, the processes that are in place is amazing. The size of the machines. I mean, you can actually fit human beings in those washing machines, can't you? They're massive.
Impressive.
Yeah. And at AB Print, again, it's really impressive to see all the machinery and how it all works.
It is, and I think it helps our clients understand when you start talking to them about products. Quite often they'll come down to us and see us, and they'll have these wonderful ideas about what they want to do, and you ask how we can help them. It's the specialist processes within the business that allow us to turn a simple leaflet into something a little bit more, a bit more tactile, a different finish on it, something that just elevates the appearance, and then at the end of the day elevates the brand of our customers.
Well, it's about standing out, isn't it?
It's very much.
If someone's going to invest in some merchandise or some literature for their business, they don't want it to be filed in the bin with a load of other junk, do they? They want it to stand out. They want people to appreciate it, and it to stick in people's mind. It'd be something that people keep to refer to.
It's one thing you want to do, particularly with merchandise. I say to people when they're considering merchandise, is that product that you buy and you invest in, because it is an investment at the end of the day. Is that product still going to be in front of them a week from now, 2 weeks from now, 3 months from now? And quite often people will come in with some ideas of what they want to do, some fixed ideas of what they want to do. And I'm known in the business of throwing a bit of a spanner in the works. I'll kind of say, really, do you want to do that? Should we talk about how maybe we can do it slightly differently, which is only going to benefit you at the end of the day? And 9 times out of 10 it works. Obviously we have clients they do what they want to do, and that's what we're there to do. But Yeah, it's about providing options. It's about providing continuity, because that's, I think, is important. I think we're all in that business, aren't we, where that continuity of service, the quality of the service, is key. And I think because we do manufacture, we're able to be in charge of the fact that we're not relying on a third party to deliver something into us for us to do.
Yeah, you're not the middleman, are you?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
No, not as far as we can be. Yeah.
And what would you advise when someone's looking for the expo? So we've got possibly up to 100 exhibitors at the Wakefield Expo. What will make you and your brand stand out at that expo? What would you say if you're going to choose one or two items of merchandise for your business this year? What would you go for?
I would say,
and hopefully we will have 100 exhibitors jumping all the same thing.
I would say make the merchandise a memory hook. It doesn't always necessarily have to be about what you're selling, what your products are. It can be something just totally random off the shelf. I'll give you an example. In the 10 days running up to Christmas, we did some yo-yos. We did some rubber ducks.
Right.
We did some cushions. It's just totally random. So try and find something that's A, going to be useful and is going to be in front of your clients still. B, a product that's going to keep people's minds, keep people engaged. And one of the things, don't try and overbrand it. One of the biggest problems we have with merchandise is overbranding.
What do you mean by overbranding?
People trying to put too much information onto a
less
product.
is more.
Absolutely. And something that's relevant, something that will use that product to take it and drive, for argument's sake, drive traffic to your websites. So you can put a telephone number on it, you can put a whole list of different products that you do on it, but really what you want to be doing is keeping it minimalistic and using it to drive people to your social media, to your website, to that kind of thing. Definitely. And that's what we're about, that trying to look at it and approach it in a slightly different way and open people's eyes as to what it can do, rather than it just being a cheap pen that goes in a bag and gets used for a week, runs out and goes in the bin. Not good to anybody.
No.
At the end of the day.
I've had some great things over the years. Ice scrapers always go down well, especially this time of year. We've had a bit of frost, haven't we? A bit of snow lately. So I've had, I won't mention the names, it's not fair. I won't pick people out, but I've got a couple of ice scrapers in my car that I use. Trolley tokens.
Trolley coins, always big.
Always a good one, yeah. What would you say the most popular item, the pen?
Most popular pen for us would be a pen, would be a notebook. What else would we do that's very popular? Anything to do with drink, because hydration is huge at the moment. We work in education quite a lot, and the schools are becoming very switched on about that kind of thing. So our competitors can provide a water bottle. We sort of take it that little bit further. With a water bottle, you've got that huge area basically where you can brand it and do something with it. We found one of the most engaging things, as important as a logo, was a hydration chart on the back. So you need to drink X amount by lunchtime, X amount by mid-morning, X amount by midday, and then top it up again for the afternoon. And we've turned that hydration chart into being able to use logos. So we had a client that came to us that had 4 brands within the business. How do we get 4 brands onto a bottle without it becoming too complicated, or not doing the brands justice? And we just did it subtly, but just by using each individual logo as a little bit of a key thing on the hydration chart, and it went really well. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Just being inventive, isn't it?
Yeah. So water bottles, anything to do with drinks at the moment. A big thing at the moment, a big push at the moment, is a lot of people are aware of their sustainability. So they're coming to us, A, to see how the product is sourced, how it's printed, whether you're using water-based inks, and that's a lot about what we do at AB. And what happens to it afterwards? Where's it going to go afterwards? Is it going to go to landfill? Is it going to be recycled, reused, and done again? So sustainability and eco products.
It really is, isn't it? It's the key. I saw the Bluestone team in a field with a goat.
Yeah, that was great. So we'd been working with Make It Wild to plant trees to offset our carbon.
Yeah, great
And,
local charity, Make It
They're
Wild.
they're a,
Yeah.
they're a brilliant group, and just a fascinating story of two really successful individuals anyway. But just really wanted to get behind and do something for the environment and biodiversity. And they approached us. We've been planting trees with them for about a year, and they approached us and said, "Look, we need to get some goats up because we're trying to clear invasive gorse bush from some of our natural lands, and it's stopping." Things like the plants that butterflies and other things need, it was stopping them growing. So it's the most natural way to do it is to bring goats in. So would you sponsor a goat? So we sponsored these goats. Well, we sponsored one goat, but we went up to meet him, and he was fantastic. They were the friendliest goats because they're basically wild goats. They're just roaming around the field eating all the gorse bush. But they were the friendliest goats. Such a lovely day. Really nice walk as well. We had a well-being walk through the woods and seeing the butterflies, learning about mushrooms. It was great. Yeah,
Yeah,
really nice.
yeah.
Really
Managed to brand the goat at all.
well, I mean, Billy Bluestone, Billy Goat,
Yeah.
was close. So yeah, he's Billy Bluestone for the short
Brilliant.
period he's with them.
And a funny thing, like you talk about how you can do things differently. That kind of thing, just developing an image or logo or just something that is engaging.
Yeah, I mean, it was a
And
really
using
nice
it.
thing to do. We're keen to. So we've been trying to get to carbon neutrality. We have got to carbon neutrality for the business and offset anything we generate through the tree planting. But that, from the marketing team's perspective, they loved it because
Yeah.
it's just, putting
Something you can get your teeth
people in the
into,
field
isn't
with
it?
a goat, photos on LinkedIn,
Whole
just does a
scroll
lot for the
past
brand.
a photo of a goat on
Yeah.
LinkedIn.
Yeah.
No one.
No.
Everybody will stop and look at that goat.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
And hopefully it says a lot about our values as well. I mean,
Yeah.
I really like the rubber duck because you kind of want to have an array of products that appeal to different stages. But if you've got kids, you're going to take that rubber duck home and stick it on the bath, and every time they have a bath at night, you see that brand is going to be present subliminally in that family. Not
All the
everyone's
time.
got kids,
All
but
the time.
Yeah. But what people forget is that everyone's a consumer as well, aren't
Yes.
they? So
Yeah.
it's not just business to business. You're actually communicating with individuals,
Yeah.
especially in Expo.
and if you can connect on that human level when
Yeah.
they're not at work and not in that, but you have that much more effect. don't you?
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
The hand warmers. Do you do the rechargeable hand warmers, Brandon?
We do rechargeable hand warmers. We certainly do. We don't do that many of them, to be honest. But yeah,
There you go. There's your unique tip.
That-
That's
Yeah.
the Expo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
we are doing a lot of, but we're just investigating it now. Just actually investing in it.
Right.
Actually, 3D printing.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because we're finding that we're getting customers. Let's use the goat as an example. So you might want to do something totally memorable, but in really, really low quantities. So this 3D printing will allow us to turn the goat into a pen pot holder or something like
Yeah.
that. That's the ways sort of outside of the box that we're trying to think about
I can
now.
just see Richard's mind now. It's turning. It's like, what can we do with that?
It's a key. I mean, one of the things, we do quite a lot. Our marketing team are very proactive. You've met Drew. She's great.
She's amazing. Yeah.
And we do a number of things, but there are, there's key businesses. We've talked about that blanket, but then there's key businesses you really want to do something different with and really want to try and engage with. And we were talking about the little things that you can send that just are going to make you try and stand out, or a different way of communicating. We were talking about writing letters. We were talking about writing earlier.
Yeah.
Nobody writes anymore, do you? I don't get any post at work.
No.
Unless it's a speeding ticket. That's
Yeah.
all I receive. I get an envelope from, oh God.
Usually a brown one.
Yeah.
When somebody does write to you or sends you a card, it just makes such a difference, doesn't it?
It does.
So those, the low quantity but ultra targeted things, I think are really valuable.
And the
for businesses at the
personalisation side
moment.
as well.
Yeah.
We do a client just before Christmas that was taking 10 of his guests to a rugby league match in Leeds.
Yeah.
And he got permission from the club. He wanted to put the club logo on one side, and then he wanted to put his own business logo on the other side. And he went the actual mile. He actually put the client's logo on the sleeve as well,
Yeah.
with the date and the time of
Nice.
what they did as well. So
Yeah.
Something
You can
very,
do
very
those low
specific.
quantities, can't you? Which is great
yeah,
because
because we're producing
yeah,
the stuff in house, we
yeah,
can turn our hands to
yeah.
that. The same as we've done with the the trophies for
Yeah.
the awards.
Yeah, the
Those
business
specific
awards,
things.
trophies, yeah, came from AB Print for the last couple of years, haven't they? So yeah, it's amazing. So thinking back now to sort of how we're involved in the Wakefield business community as a whole. So Elise have been members of We Are Wakefield actually since before me.
Yeah.
So I think Elise came on board with We Are Wakefield around 2021, something like that. So you were one of my 8 members when I took over at We Are Wakefield in 2022. And what does it mean to Elise to be part of that Wakefield business community? Because you're a global entity.
Yeah.
You know, you do have that base in Portobello in Wakefield. What does it mean to Elise to be part of it?
Yeah, so I think for us, working out of that plant, we're obviously part of that bigger group, but we do feel like we belong in Wakefield. It is so important to us. You know, all of our staff are locally employed. The businesses that we work with, you know, we've got that Yorkshire connection with those businesses, although it's a bit wider than Wakefield alone. So for us, it's about understanding the businesses around us, the needs that they have, how we can help them, but then how we can use local businesses to help us. And during that time that we've been members, with We Are Wakefield, we've already started to collaborate, you know, with businesses, and we've made, you know, connections that have saved us money, helped us be more efficient. I'm already thinking about, you know, could I do a hook a duck at Elise, you know, for the expo with the Elise logo on it, you know, and it's those kind of things where you don't get that connection if you're not involved in a network locally. What was really refreshing for me, you know, I've spent many years across the UK in sales focused roles. The network, when I first attended my first Friday, I couldn't believe the buzz in the room. It's been a long time since I've been to a networking event where you felt so much energy, so much enthusiasm, so much encouragement for, you know, times are difficult in business at the minute, but it is that real feeling of we're all going to get through this together, and how can we help each other, and who do you know that could help me with this? And it was just so positive. And obviously, like I say, we will always lead, you know, with a sales role, but the wider part to that with our business is our operations function and my partnerships with the, you know, the people that work in those areas of our business.
Yeah.
So I think that's why it's really important to us.
Yeah, it's great to see businesses like Elise, such as Hayco Machines as well, another similar sized organisation, global company, German company with a base in Wakefield, coming in and opening your supply chains up locally as well.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to, that's my ambition for We Are Wakefield, if you like, is, you know, to get our larger organisations across the district, of which there are many. We've got some incredible manufacturers in Wakefield, some incredible logistics companies, because we're perfectly placed in the motorway network for those organisations to trade successfully. But I think that a lot of larger organisations tend to feel that We Are Wakefield, or the Wakefield Business Awards, for example, and there's not a place for them. And I don't agree. I want such as yourselves to come in and say, well, actually, no.
Yeah.
We're experiencing amazing things from being part of this community, and you're giving back, aren't you? Like you said, the team live and work and play in Wakefield.
Yeah.
We're all supporting that local economy to grow by coming in and being part and opening up opportunities as well. And the sales may also come. For larger organisations, that might not be as frequently as, you know, a service-based SME, for example. But you've been able to connect with the education providers, for example, and make sure that the future talent that you're going to need in your businesses are being taught what you need them to be taught, so you can connect with the education providers in the district, your local supply chain. So like you said about, you know, saving money for the business, shorter lead times by working locally, more sustainably. So it's great to hear that Elise are finding that benefit and continue to do so.
Yeah.
And have been on board as ambassadors for 5 years now.
Yeah.
One of the key elements for us with Wakefield has been, I've done, as I'm sure you guys have, other networking events and things around the country, locally, whatever. One of the biggest things for me is we touched on the buzz. So you've got that that energy in the room
Yeah.
every Friday, and I think every event is just there. But what I like about it is you can go in and you have an organisation which isn't all about small people. It's not just about the large conglomerates. You've got that balance of different sized businesses, which makes it doesn't make it easier to build those relationships. You've got to work at every relationship opportunity, but like I say, it gives those opportunities to actually engage with people. And yes, you're not always successful with companies you engage with, but it's who they know as well, and that's happened to me on a number of occasions.
Yeah, me
I've
too.
started talking to somebody else, not being fortunate enough to convert anything.
Yeah.
But then a couple of weeks later, I've got a phone call saying, "Oh, you spoke to somebody at the Wakefield Network. They recommended me to you." And they, so it works on a much wider.
There's never a pointless conversation. And I always say that, we run smaller refresher events for members and for new members to come on board. And my key piece of advice with networking is never dismiss a conversation with anyone. They might never need what you provide, but you don't know who they're going to be speaking to at a networking event they go to next week. So it's there's never a pointless conversation. It's been really great to see Bluestone, just starting to really blossom within the community and coming on board as ambassadors this year, which is incredible, supporting the expo like you're doing. And you've really, come to the forefront now of the We Are Wakefield community.
It's kind of you to say so. I mean, that was part of what encouraged us to do it with We Are Wakefield Day, was that absolutely that atmosphere. But it is such an open event. There is no hard sell. It is that feeling of, we're all just here to support each other.
Yeah.
And that's quite different from most networking events we've experienced or been to. There's never a difficult conversation. It never feels there's people who aren't approachable in there, or that people with their own agendas. And that collaboration's been key for us. And I think from us, as I say, we've been in Wakefield 20 years and probably guilty of being a bit insular and outward looking. We work on a great office park. We don't know half the businesses around us. So it was a conscious decision at the beginning of last year to really try and just branch out locally and just, connect and see how we can help. And when we were at the expo, we'd encourage anyone to just come and talk to us about what you're doing at the moment, how you do finance stuff, how you approach those things. We'll give what advice we can. If any of it resonates, great. And as you say, if sales come off the back of it, great, but we're not really there for that. It's just about trying to connect and reach out in the local area a bit and see how we can help.
And you can provide such support at the moment for businesses who may be getting a little bit worried, a little bit conscious of cash flow issues within the business.
It's a very challenging time. We have within our business, we've got account managers who cover the country, but we've also got a number of specialists. So we've got specialists for fit out projects and furniture and fit out. We've got specialists for cash flow, and we've got a property specialist. And our account managers will bring those in to give really expert advice. I mean, Paul, our property specialist, has been in property finance for over 20 years. He knows huge amount of relationships within the industry. He knows different funders, different solutions. He can find whatever it is you're trying to do. He gets to very complex solutions. James, our cash flow specialist, numerous relationships with funders. He can get to things that aren't available on the marketplace. A lot of businesses will go to their banks at the moment, and banks are not the easiest to access funding from, and often can change the terms pretty quickly. So talk to them. We can introduce our experts. They can give advice. Consultations free with us. We don't charge for it.
And some businesses can get themselves in pretty sticky situations, can't they, with borrowing? So it's good to get.
They often don't want to talk about it either. There's
it's
often
quite a
felt
taboo
there's this
subject,
stigma
isn't
around
it?
finance. It's great. We talked about marketing. We often ask for testimonials, and so many businesses are, can you not use my name because I don't want them to know that I did finance. There's no stigma with it. All businesses are doing it.
It's savvy, isn't it?
And it's just smart. It's just taking that pressure off and doing things as effectively as you can for your business.
Absolutely. So coming to you for that conversation at the expo, there to chat to anyone. Who are you wanting to speak to at the expo, Jenny?
So I suppose we're open to conversations, in terms of, and manufacturing businesses that are local. I think like one of the biggest things for me, and the reason why we decided to stand and sponsor and everything this year, was off the back of the conference.
Yes.
Because I just felt that there's a real opportunity for our team to develop and grow as individuals by being part of the expo. So I attended the conference, but then I was thinking there's real potential for people to be able to come from our business. We've got an account manager that's been with us for nearly 40 years looking after our customers. Yeah, in the local, in Wakefield. Yeah, and she is incredible. Like, what she does not know about laundering garments and workwear is not worth knowing. But she's got so much to offer, and it's about talking to people and offering those solutions. How can we help save you money? How can we, help your people be more comfortable? How can we, lift that morale in the business with work? It's quite an emotive subject, work, where, you'll know really well. So it, for us, it's about allowing our team to develop by having the opportunity to stand locally. We do some of the national ones, but they're different. The We Are Wakefield just feels totally different to me, and that's why I want to be able to give that opportunity to our teams to be able to talk to people in the local area and see who they can help. So yeah, for us, I think there's not a business that we can't help, because if you don't wear workwear that needs laundering, you definitely have a toilet that needs some kind of hygiene providing, and you've got a front door that's going to need a mat. And in this weather, if you don't wash your mat, it's not going to do its job.
No.
So, anybody can come and talk to us, and we will happily be able to help them with some kind of solution for their business.
Yeah, absolutely. So looking back to last year.
Last year.
So how did last year fare for you? Because we've got two expo virgins here, for want of a better word. Tell, for Richard and Jenny's benefit, and for anyone out there that's watching or listening to this podcast that didn't come last year, how did it go for you last year, and what are your expectations this year?
It went very well for us. I remember writing a little thing saying, which I passed on to you last year, and I came across it the other day.
It's on the website.
And I said, very rarely do you go to an exhibition. A bit like you, Richard. We never go to an exhibition with our expectations too high, because for us it's more about a shop window.
Yeah.
But because of what we do, people like to see what we do. They like to touch and feel what we do. So we never go with any expectations that anything that's unachievable. But last year, I think, is probably one of the very, very rare occasions where I can honestly say within a fortnight we were actually getting business from it. It was twofold. It was from new clients that we met at the show, but I think importantly for us, probably the biggest element of it was existing clients that come to the show, and because we had the exhibition stand built, we had examples of the work that we were doing, they just didn't realise what we did, the depth about what we did. So we had clients that were coming to us that were just dealing with one side of the business. We were able to open their eyes and say, look, there are three sides to the business now. Come and have a look at it. Come and see what we do. So you don't know when it's a first. You don't know how it's going to go.
No, we didn't know how it would go either.
Absolutely.
So it was amazing how it developed.
It went really well. It was busy on the day. There was the buzz there, the usual buzz that was there all day long. Cosy, as you said.
It was snug.
Which
tight.
I think in some ways wasn't a bad thing, because you had that close proximity to the other stand, people that were there on their stands the other day. That gave you the opportunity to actually engage with them in those very rare moments where we weren't actually talking to somebody.
Yeah.
You were actually talking to fellow exhibitors or fellow members and everything else. Yeah. That you don't always get that opportunity on a Friday, because it is hectic, it is busy on one of the first Fridays. To talk to them and to get to know them a little bit better. Our expectations, looking forward to it being in the centre of Wakefield.
Yes.
Bit more space, I think, is actually going to be fabulous. And I think the accessibility as well.
Yeah.
The fact that you've got that, that central location in Wakefield, people can get to it a little bit easier, probably.
Yeah, right at the side of the bus station.
Absolutely.
5 minutes walk from Westgate train station.
It's
perfectly placed. Plenty of parking in the city centre, so nobody's got any excuse that they can't get there. we'll be working really hard to get the footfall in,
Yeah.
as we did last year. We're already getting a big influx of visitor tickets being booked. The exhibitor stands are going really well, so we're aiming for that.
Have you had a big
100
take up on people that exhibited last year? I would imagine
Yes, yeah,
most people would
absolutely.
just say, yeah, we're coming straight back.
Yeah. I think most people that exhibited last year are doing it again.
Right.
And we've kept it really affordable.
Yeah.
We're not in this to make big pots of profit on it. You know, we're a not-for-profit organisation supporting businesses. We wanted to make it accessible for all, and at £250 plus VAT for a stand, I think that is accessible to your micro businesses, your SMEs, and obviously your larger business. It's a drop in the ocean, isn't it? And for what you're going to get out of it, hopefully, it's a worthwhile investment for everybody that comes along. We've split the attendee tickets into 2 sessions, which we did last year, a morning session, afternoon session. By all means, people can come to both, but we feel that works really well in that you don't get that massive influx in the morning and then just tumbleweed in the afternoon. It worked really well, so we're doing that again. It was something that worked, so we'll keep with it. So anybody that wants to attend can do so for free by heading on to wakefieldexpo.org.uk. We still have some stands available. All the sponsorships fully taken up now, which is absolutely amazing. So a lot of businesses there choosing to really raise their profile, even beyond exhibiting, which is wonderful. And we'll be really working hard to work for you guys as well to make sure that people are aware of your presence there. And I just really want to say a huge thank you to you for supporting us and in turn supporting Wakefield, because that's what we're all about, isn't it? So yeah.
I think the one thing for us as well, we do exhibitions all over the place. You'll have promoters that once you've signed up and once you've paid your deposit, all they really do is looking forward to seeing you on the day and then signing you up for next year.
Yeah.
Key, I think, for Wakefield, the Wakefield show, is that there's always somebody at the end of a phone. So if you want to pick up a phone and say, do you think this will work? Will that work? Down to just very, very simple things like the layout of your stand. You can plan a stand, but sometimes when you get to the venue, you think, that's not going to work. What's been wonderful for us is that we can pick up a phone to you guys and say, look, we're thinking about doing this. You've said, all right, draw us a sketch, send it down. And, you can work a solution around it. Exactly. And, it doesn't need to be a chore, does it?
No.
It needs to be simple. It needs to be.
Yeah, you're working with a small team of 2, actually, myself and Gillian. And we're always there to answer any questions. And we try our best to look after you all. We want it to work, and we want it to work for Wakefield. So, yeah, huge thanks to you guys for supporting us in the work that we're doing. So, 10th of March, 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. WX, amazing venue in the middle of Wakefield. Why should people come and see you, Jenny?
So people should come and see us if they want to understand a little bit more about the services that Elise can offer them. Like I said earlier, even if they don't necessarily have a laundered workwear requirement, there is something that we can help them with within their business from a hygiene perspective. And, come and talk to us about what we can do differently to your incumbent supplier, if that's the case, in terms of our technology, our RFID chip in so we can track their garments, so we don't lose them through our laundries, our processes in terms of ESG and what we're doing to be more sustainable to help support your business.
Incredible. Richard, why should people come and visit the Bluestone stand?
I mean, aside from we're just a lovely bunch of people, just great to chat to. Just if you're growing, come and talk to us. Everybody's investing in their businesses. You have to invest. We probably haven't done as much as we should have done the last couple of years. Come and talk to us about how you can do that as efficiently and effectively as possible. If you're not growing and you've got challenges at the moment, come and talk to us about how you can ease some of those. We can give you ways to unlock cash from your business or get access to cash just to alleviate that pressure for you. So we're here to help whatever stage of business you're in. We've generally got solutions that can help you, and it's free to talk.
And we had a little conversation before this where I heard there might be some sweets.
There might be some sweets. We generally do chocolate money because we like that, tie into finance. So normally on an exhibition, we've got some chocolate money. We normally have a prize and some sort of game up for grabs.
Some incentive.
We've reviewed some of our games for 2026, so we'll see what's on the stand this year. But come and see us to find out.
I'll look forward to taking part in some of that.
Good stuff.
Thank you. Brilliant. It's the chocolate. I'll definitely take part in the chocolate. Yeah. and I'm always quite partial to a prize draw for a bottle of champagne. You know, you've got to be in it to win it.
Noted, Claire, noted.
I'll always drop my business card in one of those bowls for sure. Tell us, John, why should people come and see yourselves at AB Print?
I think to see the way that we can promote and help you with your brand, really. Just some different ideas. We've got some new ideas coming on board. For us, it's about visibility. It's about people being able to come and see us. And probably one thing we haven't touched on as well is the amount of people you actually get to see in such a short period of time. If you think of the time and energy it would take to get around and see, 40
you are
or 50
exhausted
people.
at the end of the day, aren't
it's
you?
a long day. It's a long day, but you feel you've done something. So no, we just want to. We look forward to seeing existing clients. We look forward to talking to some new clients. And if we can't get it right as far as presentation is concerned, then we probably shouldn't be doing the exhibition anymore.
And if anybody needs anything before the expo as well,
Absolutely,
if they need to plan for their stands, it's
they need any
worth the
merchandise,
conversation
anything,
beforehand.
brochures, all sorts of different things. Yeah,
Brilliant.
give us a call.
Brilliant.
Absolutely.
So no excuses. I expect to see everybody who is anybody at the Wakefield Expo on the 10th of March. Head over to the website now and book your tickets, or there may be still time to book your exhibitor stand. And thank you for joining us today. Thanks, guys. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Claire.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Claire Sutherley, Managing Director of We Are Wakefield. You can get in touch at wearewakefield.org.uk. And for more information on the Wakefield Expo, head over to wakefieldexpo.org.uk.
Hi, I'm John Handley. I'm from AB Print Group. You can see exclusively what we do across a whole different range of products at www.abprintgroup.com.
Hi, I'm Richard Tamlin from Bluestone Business Finance. You can learn more about Bluestone at www.bluestone.app on the website. You can also access our online portal where you can get quotes and apply for finance without having to talk to us. But you should talk to us because we're lovely people. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Jenny Mewett-Bone. I'm a regional sales manager for Elise, based in Wakefield. If you'd like to find out more about the services we can offer, please head to www.elise.com.
Thanks for listening to the We Are Wakefield podcast in partnership with Podmatic.